Hello, welcome back to Wardy's Works. You join me in the Auto Sleeper, the Peugeot Boxer, 1998 or 9, I can't remember. Today we're looking at the battery, the leisure battery. It's got a leisure battery on it, but it is no good whatsoever. It's absolutely dead. We have got solar panels on the roof to charge this battery, but it won't really power anything for very long. It just goes off. It's probably the battery that was in there for Christ knows how long. It always just been chucked in there when it was sold to the people we bought it off, just so it got a leisure battery, but it's no good at all. Now I've bought a new leisure battery that was on offer on eBay for $389.99. The normal retail was $799.99. It's a lithium 250 or 280 amp hours. I didn't realise how big it is. I don't know if it's going to go in this gap. I'll show you the gap. So that is under the driver's seat, and that's where your battery goes for your leisure accessories, lights, fridge, all that game. You can see it's unlocked at the moment because we was doing the welding, and the welding's all been done. So what we want to do is see if the new battery will fit in that hole. It may fit in that hole. It's quite a big area, look. But I don't know if it'll go in the actual hole to get in there, if you understand what I mean. The sort of perimeter of this, if the battery will drop in there, I don't know. So I'm going to get the tape measure, I'm going to measure this, I'm going to show you and measure the new battery. If it doesn't go in there, I'm going to have to come up with something else, or I'm going to have to send the battery back or sell it. So let's have a look, get tape measure and see what we got. I'll show you the battery now, we'll measure that first, and then we'll see if we're going to be crying or not. Ooh, ow. Remember to duck when you go out the back door of these vans. Right, excuse the mess, been busy, lots of bike boxes about. Now I've walked over here, I don't know if it's going to go in there. It's absolutely enormous. There is the box, and there is the battery. Oh, it's got no chance on earth of fitting in there. It's enormous. I'm going to measure it anyway, but I can already see by looking at it that it's got no chance. Christ, it's enormous. Let's measure this battery. It's 43 by we got the 24, so 43 by 24. That's got no chance of getting in that hole, but I'm going to measure it anyway. I don't know where I'm going to put it. So there's no way it'll go in there. The box is big enough, but the hole to put it through isn't big enough, and there's no way of making it any bigger because the rails for the seats there on both sides sit on that area. They'd need to be cut out to get it in. So there's no way of getting it in there. So what I'm going to do, I think, is this area under here that's got a lot of rubbish in it. Well, not rubbish, but it's stuff we use. I'm going to empty that out. First, I'm going to measure that gap there and see how deep the battery is and if it'll go through that hole there. If it will, then I can extend the wires from there into there, and that should then mean that we can just have the new leisure battery in there, and we can use that space under the seat that's not being used for the battery for some of this that would have been stored in here. We got like I don't know, there's a washing up bowl, there's a barbecue, a few tools and stuff like that under there. So really we could put the battery in there if it'll go through that gap and have no problems, and we can get to the top of the battery to do it. To be honest, I can get it in there because the top comes off when you move this seat. If you slide this seat out, the top of that comes off and we can drop the battery in. So the battery should go in there. So that's what I'm going to have to do, I think. But that battery was too good an opportunity to miss price-wise. So, and the power it's going to give us compared to that, what is that, a 95 ampere or something stuff? 80 ampere battery. So that one we've got is 250 odd. So going to give us way more power, and it's lithium and it's newer. So that's the way we're going to go with it. So we'll start doing something about that now. Here's the battery. It's an absolute beast. It is actually 280 amp hours, 12.8 volts, what's it say? Life PL4, 6,000 charge cycles. So I think that was an absolute bargain. It weighs an absolute ton, but hopefully it should fit in that space. I'm really hoping it fits in that space anyway. And if it does fit in that space, with my weight, it comes with some bolts to put through there. It has only got one like thing to connect to though on one side of it, so we're gonna have to connect everything to that. The outs and the ins, like, you know, the solar in and the what's it called, split charge from the alternator's got to go in there as well. So I'll get this over there. I'm going to put the camera down because it weighs an absolute ton, and I'll see if it fits in the hole. Right, so battery won't fit in there. I have found a way down here, look, to just get these leads out from this battery bit here, and then through a little hole there, and there was just a screw holding a little panel on there. So if we put them all around the side, we can put the panel back up and screw it on like that, so they come out of there. What I'm going to do is drill a hole in this, which will then go through into that box which is behind there. That box in there, we'll take the top off so we can get the battery in, and then we can get all the cables in to this box here where we're going to mount the battery. And then what we'll do is I'm going to put a box over this stuff here to keep it safe, because I'll use this as storage. So I'll chuck some of my stuff in there that was in the box that I'm going to put the battery in, and then that saves all that hassle as well. So the thing to do is to drill through here into the box. I'll probably drill through, but I'm going to have to drill through the other side from inside the box out here. So to do that, I'm going to have to take this off, and here that comes off. All it is some screws underneath here, and then the bench comes off the top, and then there's a board that you can unscrew under that as well. Right, sorry about the flash, it's the LED alert I made, but I've undone them screws, and then that comes off and out the way, so we can move these cushions, and then I'll show you what's under. Okay, so that is what's underneath the bench. And then round here, lift the carpet up ever so slightly. Sorry, I've got a screw in my mouth. And you'll find screws. They're not all in mine as usual because it's been out already when we fixed the heater. But there is screws under the carpet. If you just go around the edge, you'll find them. There's another one, look. I don't think it's holding anything in though, that one. No. Oh, it got one screw in it seems. Maybe two, there might be one down that end. No, just one. And then what you have to do is pull that out the way. And you can lift that, and there you go. You can see in there. See, that was the other area I was going to put the battery. I've got something in my mouth. Down there. That is a perfect size for a battery. But we've got the water down there, and I don't really want to put the battery and the water in the same area, because if you have leaks, you're going to struggle. What I was considering putting down there was a diesel heater, because we've got the gas heater, but I am a fan of caning the gas. I prefer to keep the gas for cooking, and then if I do need the gas for a heater, I've still got the gas heater there, it does work, and then I've got a diesel heater that I'm going to put in that hole there. I'm going to hook that up, and then we'll have the two options. We'll have diesel or gas for heating, and then electric when we want to plug it in, and we've got the big battery as well. So I'm going to drill through there, through that board, and then we can bring the wires in. So using nothing but guesswork, I've drilled a hole there, which has come out in the perfect position there, where the wires come out. Let's see if we can get it there. So straight in through there with the wires to the battery. So the enormous battery does fit in there. All my wires are through. We'll leave that up in a bit, and we'll look at connecting these, get some connectors on and put them on there. And then we've got to secure the battery because we don't want it moving about, but it is a nice fit in there. But yeah, we'll get some stuff to secure it with. We'll come up with something, make something. I think maybe a piece of angle there and a piece of angle there will keep it in position, maybe one on the end. Probably best if I push the battery up that way, and then I can get a piece of angle this end as well. And then 3 pieces of angle, just small pieces, just to stop it moving about. But the next job is to get these connectors on and get all the battery connected up there. So there we go, it's in. Got the terminals all connected down there, the battery's in, and the 12 volt is working. It's showing up there. We've got 13.2 volts. and everything's working now. The pump come on, so we should all be good. We've got loads of room still in the box. Now I'm going to secure the battery down with a couple of pieces, a little piece of angle, and then that's it. We've got our 12 volts in. It's powered via the alternator, and it's powered via the solar, which comes into this solar controller and out and down to the battery. And I've hooked it up so we can put this 3-way fridge on, and we can run the 3-way fridge off the battery, which was the problem before. The battery was so knackered that you put the fridge on. I know this fridge isn't supposed to be run off a battery generally. It's meant to be run when the alternator is running, but the battery was so dead that it went flat in 2 seconds as soon as you turn that fridge on, and the lights lasted about 10 minutes, so that's how bad it was. This is what, 4 times the size, so we should do pretty well with this, and it's lithium. So please like and subscribe. I'll put all this back together and you'll see more videos on the camper van coming soon. See you later.